Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Katie, where I talk about business and web design tips weekly. This week, I wanted to cover what you need to do when you start a business to create your online home, aka your website. This is a pretty common question. People are like, yes, I'm ready to create my business, but then what do I do? So I'm going to share the steps you need to take to get your website up and running. Alright, before we get started, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if this video was of use to you, please smash the like button. And of course, if you would like to receive an email from me weekly with tips and tricks and my free or favorite free creative asset from Creative Market like fonts or graphics, please subscribe in the link below. Alright, let's get started. Alright friends, so you want to start a business. That is dope. I love when people want to create their own path and do something that really brings them joy. But of course, there's so much work that comes with that first initial step. So I wanted to break down the steps that you need to take to get your online business up and running, or your service-based business. So something that was extremely difficult for me was picking the name of my business. So the first thing I want you to do is sit down and just do a brain dump of all of the things that you could possibly think of to name your business. You could use your name. I thought about using my name, but decided against it and had like a huge list of things that I've written down to possibly use. Like the names would pop up here and there, I'd write them down, and then, after I walked away from all the names that I had written down, I came back to them and picked the one that I really liked, which was Moon Design Lab. I felt like it encompassed my name, of course, because I love my last name, Moon, had the web design aspect, and then integrated my past, which was lab, so working in the chemical industry. Yeah, so I felt like it really described me and what I can do. So that's the first thing I want you to do. Sit down, brain dump all of the possible names you could think of, ask people about them, and do that kind of research as to what will work best for you, and then pick on a name for your business, one that brings you joy. The next thing you're going to do is purchase your domain. This is really exciting because the domain is the name of your online home. A website that I like to use to buy domains is Namecheap. You can use GoDaddy, and sometimes the hosting provider that you're using will let you buy domains through them. So you can buy domains through SiteGround, Squarespace, Wix, and so on. But I like to use Namecheap to keep all of my domains in one place. So now that you've picked a name, you want to make sure no one else has used that name before and the domain is available. So for example, if you go to Namecheap, you type in the name, and it will show you all of the options that you could possibly want, that you could possibly buy for your website. So let me show you what that looks like here. So here we are on Namecheap, and we're going to search for cats and kittens. Let's see if it's available. Why not? Search. And here are the results, and it is quite expensive, so someone definitely owns that domain. But you can see in the suggested results the other options that they suggest that you could buy, and if you scroll down there are so many more options. But I would recommend sticking with one of the suggested results. Yeah. So when you're picking a domain, you want to make sure that you're using a top-level domain. And what is a top-level domain? It is .com, .net, .org. Those are examples of top-level domains, and they help build trust because everyone uses them, and also they help boost your SEO. So what you just saw, if the .com is available, then buy that for your business. When I first started with Moon Design Lab, I bought the domain moondesign.lab, and you know what? People kept getting the name of my business wrong. So then I bought womenownedbusiness.com, which makes it a whole heck of a lot easier. It's a little bit longer, but to me, it's okay. So you'll want to buy a top-level domain. Now, after you've bought your domain, you can start doing your hosting research. So if you've decided to use WordPress, you'll want to research the best hosting provider for you. I'll link the video that I dropped a while ago about finding your host. You can find it up here. And that will give you more in-depth information about what you need to do to pick your hosting provider. A little overview, don't compromise cost. Don't pick the cheapest option because you won't necessarily get the best speed and customer support and so on. And these things can really negatively impact your website once it's up and running. A hosting provider that I really love is SiteGround. I love SiteGround. Great customer support. They have like an easy dashboard to use, a really nice plugin for optimizing your site. And yeah, I've never had any problems with them. I think they're excellent. So now that you've picked your hosting provider and you've set everything up, you've purchased a plan, now you can install WordPress and get started on your journey. I have another video as to why I think WordPress is the best option for when you're first starting out, even though it is the highest learning curve opposed to just getting something up and running really quickly like Squarespace. And I have a video that I'll link here that you can watch if you want a little bit more information about that. But those are your 4 steps that I have for you. So do a brain dump of your business name. Buy a domain with a top-level domain for your business. Buy a plan for hosting, and then install WordPress and get started. And that's all you need to do. It can seem really overwhelming, but take these steps like either day by day or each week just focus on one thing so you can just get started. That's the hardest part, guys. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and if this was useful for you, please hit the thumbs up button. That makes me do a little happy dance every time that someone subscribes or hits the thumbs up button. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Goodbye!